They said they believed in me. They smiled in front of teachers, shook my hand, and called me brilliant. Then they submitted my invention with their names on it. But I didn't get angry. I got smart. Eli wasn't loud. He wasn't popular. He didn't throw parties or post on TikTok. But when it came to engineering, Eli was a storm in silence. In a quiet corner of the school's robotics lab, surrounded by coffee cups, wires, and blueprints, Eli built something no one else dared to attempt: a modular, fully biodegradable battery pack that could power small electronics and break down without environmental harm. It was his passion project, meant for the Regional Science Expo. He called it GreenCore V1.0. It was efficient, elegant, and revolutionary. That's when they came. Lucas, the science fair showman; Harper, the slick talker with family connections; and Ty, the class clown who knew how to charm judges with jokes. Eli, man, this could win nationals, Lucas said, flipping through the schematic. We should team up, make this a group entry. Eli hesitated. I don't really need a group. I've already done most of the work. Exactly, Harper said, grinning. You built the brain. We'll handle the pitch, the presentation, the judges. It'll be a dream team. Eli didn't want popularity. He wanted progress, so against his instincts, he agreed. Okay, but it's still my design. They smiled and nodded. And that was the last honest moment they gave him. Over the next few days, Eli shared everything: the circuitry layouts, the code for the adaptive power regulation system, the test results, all logged in his notebook, with dates, even the name. GreenCore. He watched as Lucas practiced the pitch, Harper built the slideshow, and Ty handled the joke-filled intro. For the first time, Eli felt like maybe this was how teamwork worked. Until the day before regionals, Eli walked into the lab, backpack in hand. The prototype was missing, his documentation folders gone. On the table, a single school-printed flyer sat: team entry, GreenCore, Lucas, Harper, and Ty, an eco-friendly battery designed by our top innovators. No mention of Eli, no name. No credit, just stolen glory. His hands shook. He confronted them in the hallway. Harper looked shocked, but not guilty. Eli, we thought you didn't want the pressure. You're not really a stage guy, right? Ty chimed in. You're the brains, we're the face. That's how this works. Lucas smirked. Don't be dramatic. You'll still get a shout out if we win. Eli didn't shout. He didn't argue. He just nodded, slowly. Right, I'm not the stage guy. But what he didn't say was, I'm the guy who wrote the code. And I've already planted the fail switch. They took the invention, but I kept the power. They smiled like they built it. They shook hands with judges like they earned it. But they never saw the timer I embedded, counting down to the moment their lives would collapse. The regional science fair was packed, folding chairs in rows, parents snapping photos, and judges with clipboards moving from booth to booth. Lucas stood at the front of booth number 17 with a crisp blazer and a practiced smile. Welcome to GreenCore, he said confidently. The future of sustainable battery tech. Harper stood beside him, flashing her perfect teeth as she handed brochures to guests. Ty leaned against the table, tossing jokes like candy. We wanted to build something that saves the planet, and maybe wins a few medals too. He chuckled. The crowd loved it. They answered questions with buzzwords they barely understood. Said optimization 5 times per minute, never once mentioned Eli's name. But behind the glossy presentation sat the real prototype, Eli's device, connected, powering a small fan and light panel. Perfectly functional. For now, a week before the expo, Eli had modified the firmware. It would detect the GPS coordinates of the national competition venue, then trigger a malfunction loop after 2 minutes of activation. The fan would slow, the lights would blink erratically. And then, a message. No one noticed the change. Because they never bothered to read the code, only to use it. By the end of the day, the verdict came in: best overall innovation, GreenCore, Lucas, Harper, and Ty. The crowd cheered, photos were taken, the trio hugged and laughed. Harper cried happy tears. Ty filmed a TikTok. Eli. He watched from the back, quiet, focused. We're going to nationals. Lucas shouted, lifting the prototype like a trophy. They didn't know they were carrying a time bomb of truth. That night, Eli texted Lucas from a private number. You should double-check the device before nationals. Lucas replied, You're not part of this. Stay out, then block the number. Eli smiled. Perfect, he whispered. Because now, no one could say he hadn't warned them. They thought they beat me, but they only passed the first test. The real exam comes next, and this time, the world will be watching. They stood under the bright lights, smiling for cameras. But beneath the surface, disaster was ticking. When the moment came, their lives blew up live on national TV. The auditorium was packed with industry leaders, investors, journalists, and eager students from across the country. Lucas, Harper, and Ty walked on stage like champions. Good evening, everyone. We're proud to present GreenCore, the future of eco-friendly energy. Lucas began confidently. The camera zoomed in on the sleek battery prototype sitting on the demo table. Harper hit start on the device. For the first minute, everything ran smoothly. The fan spun, lights shone bright, the crowd nodded approvingly. Then, without warning, the fin slowed down abruptly. The lights flickered, the screen connected to the device started glitching. Gasps filled the room. Lucas tried to keep his composure. It's just a minor glitch, but the glitches worsened. Suddenly, the screen flashed a bold message. This invention is stolen. The audience was stunned. The message changed. Original creator. Eli Sanders proof in the code. Check the logs. The glitching turned into a complete failure. The battery died, lights went dark, and the once proud trio stood frozen. Whispers and murmurs erupted. Reporters started live tweeting, GreenCore fail at nationals. Who is Eli Sanders, the real genius? Major scandal unfolding live. Backstage, Eli stepped forward calmly. He pulled out his laptop and projected the original code, dated files, and emails proving his ownership. This is my work, he told judges. The three bullies looked shocked and speechless. The judges immediately disqualified the team. They thought the spotlight was theirs. But the real inventor just stepped into view, and no one would forget his name. They tried to take my dream, but I took back more than just credit. I took back my future and showed the world who really builds the future. After the national finals, the story exploded online. News outlets ran headlines. Local teen exposes science fair scandal. The true creator of GreenCore steps forward. How Eli Sanders beat the system and took his dream back. Eli gave interviews, shared behind-the-scenes videos, and published his full project documentation. Scene 2. The bullies fall out. Lucas, Harper, and Ty faced school disciplinary actions. Scholarship offers were rescinded. They were banned from future competitions. Their reputations tarnished. They faded from the spotlight. Eli received internship offers from top tech companies. His high school awarded him a Special Achievement Award. He started a community workshop to teach other young inventors. Sitting in his lab months later, Eli reflected, revenge wasn't about ruining them, it was about proving my worth. And building a future no one could steal. The greatest inventions don't just change the world, they change the makers. And sometimes, the best revenge is simply rising above.